I will be showcasing off my ruler, fully etherealized Gohan, with his brand new relic that he got in the new One Piece update. I'll do my best to explain his old passives, what his relic does for him, and whether or not I recommend going for him. To start off, Gohan has his red passive combo. Every time he attacks, he has a chance of following up to 5 separate times. Each chain gives him 5% extra damage. And if he lands his 5th hit, he will do 50% more damage and inflict stun. Gohan has 2 active abilities. The first one is Android Bomb. Gohan needs his Rage Bar to be fully filled up, and this active ability can only be used once for the first time. Android Bomb will do a bunch of damage, and it will activate his Unleashed state. In Gohan's Unleashed state, he gains another active ability that can be used multiple times, called the Father Sun Energy Wave. Every time Gohan uses this attack, he will fire a lane doing 450% of his damage, and he will gain 100% crit rate and 50% crit damage for just one attack. This requires his entire rage bar as well, but it can be used multiple times. For his next passive, Gentle Fighter, Gohan starts off with minus 40% damage at the start of the match, and every wave he gains 5% damage until he reaches 10%, but it can be increased more with etherealization. 2 more of his passives is Android 16. In his first form, Android 16 will attack every 5 attacks and does a follow-up for 20% of his damage. After a couple follow-ups, Gohan will become immune to stun for a couple of seconds. However, Gohan will no longer have him once he's in his Unleashed state. For his last passive, Gohan has hidden potential. His Rage Bar gives him a set of different buffs, and once full, all of these buffs will be activated. Now, to start off, Gohan is not currently buffed by any leader skills or nothing from my current knowledge. But this will be his base damage as I level him up. As you can see, he has decent damage. He was introduced in the Cell Saga update, and it's been quite some time since he has been used by a lot of players. Yes, he has been introduced with I think it was the Welcome Back rewards, as Gohan was hybrid on placement, being extremely good. And I also believe he was only 2 placement at the time. So Ruler is pretty optimal for his trait utilization. Let me quickly just delete my Nelliel so Gohan can fill up his bar. But I will go to explaining Gohan's relic now. And most of this information you currently see, this is not the entire description. There is more on the update log if you want to go back and check it for yourself, but I'll do my best. Gohan lowers his negative buff at the start of the match by 20%, so he will only lose 20% damage now. And this increases the cap of how much he can gain, so being fully etherealized and with his relic, he can gain up to 60% more damage. Another thing that happens with Gohan's relic is he can increase his red combo chance by 20%, meaning every time he attacks, he's going to get a better chance to follow up. So this would be 60, it'd be a 55, and you could do the math from there. His follow-ups are going to happen more likely. And the nice thing is, if he gets to his 5th follow-up, he does 75% more damage instead of 50. And with this said relic, Gohan also gains the ability... Sorry, not doesn't gain the ability, but he gains 100% damage, which is quite nice for him. As you can see, his damage is not too bad, and he's not in his full Unleashed state yet, which will obviously give him more damage. But Gohan is doing pretty decently well. And while I wait for his Rage Bar to fill up and everything, I'll just explain whether or not I personally recommend. This grind wasn't bad at all. You can get his relic easily through a Legend stage. Gohan is still useful in my opinion, with his low SBA, the chance that he can follow up, and he has a decently high crit rate, and he is immune to stun once his Rage Bar is fully maxed out. Now, as you can see, I'm going to use his Android Bomb, and you can see it's just going to be, I'm pretty sure I think it's a wide range attack, or it just might be single target. It might just be in his range, but we use his bomb, Android 16 explodes, and now he's in his Unleashed state. Gohan still becomes line, gets more damage, and as you can see with the animation, he is following up right now. He's doing the same attacks over and over. So with it in his Unleashed state, Gohan is still doing a decent amount of damage. He's still good, doesn't lose anything. and he's building up his rage bar. And as you can see, his crit rate will probably go up, his damage will go up, and his SBA is still lowered. But overall, if you have Ruler on your Gohan already from the previous updates and you want to get the Relic, I recommend it. It brings him back. He's good for the Berry Raid. He's a good hybrid on placement. Yes, I know Free Raid is still ultimately better, but Gohan is still useful with his consecutive attacks and his very low SBA. And I think one more thing that makes up is his 5% energy wave. I'm trying to have my Gohan get to that so I can show it off real quick. And hopefully when Coyote appears, or well, after he attacks Coyote, he'll fill up his bar some more. But I recommend it. I think I went the pity for this. I was bored. I had extra rerolls. I got a bunch of the One Piece units with Ruler already, so I said to myself, what's the point? Why not roll on him? And I don't regret it. Gohan helped me at the start of the game, and I'm glad to see that he's getting a little bit of a comeback. And who knows? He might get another evolution in the future. I think that would be quite nice for him. And now, let me just move myself a little. Probably not going to be the best case of his damage, but as you can see, he uses 5% energy wave. And he does a bunch of damage. He gains that crit rate, gains that crit damage, and gets some more damage overall. So, I appreciate you all for watching. Do I recommend Gohan? Yeah, I'd say he's probably better than Neliel in the current state with his Relic. And it's nice to see that he's come back from the grave. Hope you all take care of yourselves. Have a nice day.